Hello everybody and welcome to my April/May book haul. This is a very big book haul. I'm so disappointed in myself. Okay, so May was actually my birthday month. I turned 18 on the 15th of May. I'm an adult and that is really terrifying. I got given a lot of books and a lot of money. I got given a lot of gift cards and I'm just like, well, and I've got like about $90 to spend at Dimmicks, which is a massive store in Australia, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is not gonna go down well. But overall, in April and in May, I did accumulate a lot of books, so I am hella excited to share them all with you. The first book in this magnificent shitwreck of a book haul is Slammed by Colleen Hoover. This is, the only book of hers I haven't read, apart from like the 2 sequels, which I have got, you know, I'm pining to get them one day, and I have read this and I did enjoy it, and I will talk about it in my wrap-up. But just know that this follows a girl named Laken, and after her father passes away, her mother moves her and her younger brother to Michigan from Texas, and there she meets Will, who seems like the perfect guy, only shit doesn't work out that way, does it? It actually doesn't. It really doesn't. The next book I have is also a Colleen Hoover book, and that is Maybe Not. This is the novella, which is kind of like related to Maybe Someday. It's kind of like a prequel, then moving into like actual like parallel thing to the book. I have read this. It is in my wrap-up. I read it back in April. I really did enjoy it. This follows Warren and Bridget, who are supporting characters in Maybe Someday. I really enjoyed reading from their point of view. It was fantastic. This is absolutely tiny. Like, it was good. It was good. The next book I have here is All Fall Down by Ali Carter. This is the library binding hardcover, because apparently that's what we do here in Australia. Actually, fun fact, I bought this in New Zealand. This is from New Zealand. When I went like overseas, I found a bookshop and I was just like, hey, New Zealand, hit me up. I did walk out with this, and all I know is that Ali Carter, who wrote this book, she also wrote the High Society series and the Gallagher Girls series, which are very, very, very beloved, as I've come to realise throughout my life, throughout my 18 years of life. And this really intrigued me. It follows a girl named Grace, and I think, okay, her mother was murdered and she's not going crazy. This is literally what the blurb says. It's just like, Grace Blakely is absolutely certain of 3 things. She's not crazy. Her mother was murdered. Someday she is going to find the killer and make him pay. The next book I have here is The Winner's Kiss by Marie Rakowski. This is the 3rd book in the Winner's trilogy, so therefore I cannot really tell you what it's about, but the whole trilogy of like The Winner's Curse, The Winner's Crime, and now The Winner's Kiss is fantasy, and it is based purely off political intrigue. There is no like magic anywhere, and I really, really enjoyed this series. I read this back in April, so it is in my April wrap-up, so go watch that if you're curious. The next book I have here is The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. I read Rochelle Mead's Vampire Academy series and Bloodline series. They're all the way over there on my other shelf. I absolutely adored them, and so when I heard she was coming out with a fantasy book, I was like, oh shit. There is of course Sandless, which came out last year, but I, you know, wasn't really interested in that for some reason. It didn't really appeal to me, so this one appealed to me, and I read it, and I did read it in April, so it is again in my April wrap-up. I liked it. It's like my camera is like picking up her face instead of mine, and I feel kind of insulted. The next book I have is Lady Renegades by Rachel Hawkins. This is the 3rd book in the Rebel Belle trilogy by Rachel Hawkins. Funny how that works. And this is tiny. It is shorter than the 2nd book, and I thought they couldn't get any smaller. Turns out it can. I cannot tell you what's up with this book because it is the 3rd book, but I can just tell you that I enjoyed this, didn't necessarily love it. I will talk about this more in my May wrap-up because I read it this month. And can I just say, the cover, I don't like the cover. The cover's not as like nice as the other 2, but you know, live and let live. The spine doesn't match like either because it's too dark to fit in. Oh, I don't like this. The next book I have here is See How They Run by Ali Carter. I don't know why I didn't put this with All Fall Down, the 1st book in this series. Probably because I'm doing this in like chronological order of like when I bought them. I bought that in New Zealand. I ordered this off, ooh, the price, okay. it cost me $15 for a hardcover, and that's practically unheard of. It even has a little like age recommendation sticker that I need to peel off soon. But this is a sequel to that. I do not know anything about this book, but I am looking forward to reading it. Hopefully that will happen this year. And moving on to the next book, I have here Gathering Darkness by Morgan Rhodes. This is the third book in the Fallen Kingdom series. Don't ask me where books 1 and 2 are. I don't know. I never bought them. I found this in a bookshop in Australia, and it's hardcover, right? Like, it's US friggin' hardcover, which is practically unheard of to find in a store in Australia. And I found this in a shop where every single book is $10. Yep, $10. The next book I have here is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas, which I'm actually currently reading. I'm almost done, and you guys want to see my bookmark? I went to the Sarah J Maas event in Melbourne, and she really shouldn't have signed more than 3 books per person, but she saw that I had a bookmark inside Throne of Glass. So she signed it, and the bookmark says, "You could rattle the stars," which is a quote from Throne of Glass, and I only use this bookmark for my Sarah J Maas books, so this bookmark is not getting that much of a workout, but it's absolutely fantastic. I love it. And I'm just going to say so far about A Court of Mist and Fury is that it is the sequel to A Court of Thorns and Roses, which came out last year. It is considered new adult fantasy. A lot of people are like, "Oh my god, this can't be young adult, it's too raunchy." And I'm like, actually guys, it's new adult. This is not young adult. But this book was made to be new adult. It is not young adult. That is why it is a little bit sexual. Not that I mind though. I'm a very dirty person. Actually leading on from A Court of Mist and Fury, I got a package from Bloomsbury. Do you like my fab attempt at trying to scratch out my address? It's not like you guys could even see it, like, yeah. But basically I got sent this a couple weeks ago, and I refrained from opening it. It is still closed and it still looks like shit. Like, what happened? It was actually sent from, okay, Sydney. It was sent from Sydney. I'm like, if this was sent from the US, okay. Oh, I ripped it. Oops. Okay. What we have in the mystery, ooh, okay. This is the tote bag. That is the A Court of Thorns and Roses series from Sarah J Maas. This is the bag. I think I might actually use this. This is, ooh, it's Velcro. Oh my god, this is a really good quality tote. It's got like a little like money pouch in there and everything. It's like sorted. This is fabulous. I love this. Moving on, that is like the only object I bought. Not even I bought it. I didn't even buy it. I like got it because because I pre-ordered A Court of Mist and Fury. Yep, got it. The next book that arrived the same day as A Court of Mist and Fury was The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Batson. This is a contemporary book that follows a girl named Andy, I'm pretty sure, and her father is, I think, a politician, and something happens to like him in his career. There's a scandal, and she is forced to actually work and do stuff, and I know that she meets someone and she walks a lot of dogs. Oh my god! It has like the thing, and oh my god, is that a dog? It's a dog! I love it, and this is so yellow. Oh, this is good. I like this. The next book I have, which was included in the Court of Mist and Fury and Unexpected Everything kind of like book extravaganza that arrived on my doorstep one afternoon, was Ruined by Amy Tintera. This book is a fantasy book, and it follows a girl named Emelina Flores, and she is the princess of a kingdom called Ruina, and everyone in Ruina has a power, but M doesn't. My neighbour's like taking in his bin, and I'm hoping he can't see me. Sorry, Mark. The kingdom of Rowena is overthrown by its neighbouring kingdoms, and M kind of fights her way in and pretends to be the prince of the enemy kingdom's bride, so she can take them down from the inside. But in the end, she ends up falling in love with him, which sounds very cliche, but I really enjoyed this book. Really enjoyed it. The next book I have here is Shut Out by Cody Keplinger. This is the same lady who wrote The Duff, and I enjoyed The Duff. It was a nice real story. It had a lot of like elements and themes that I agree with, and this was no different. I will talk about this more in my wrap up, my May wrap up, because I did read it in May. I read it like last week or something. This follows a girl named Lissa, and at her high school, Hamilton High, the football team and the soccer team hate each other, and they have like a feud going on, and so Lys's boyfriend Randy is constantly distracted from their dates by playing a prank on the soccer team because he is the football quarterback. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, and like basically Lissa gets all the other girlfriends of like the soccer and football team and they go on a sex strike, and this was absolutely, like, I like this. I will talk about it more in my wrap-up as I have previously stated, but this is good. The next book I have here is Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. This is a movie. Yeah, fun fact, I've actually watched the movie. I have not yet read the book, but I know that this is a zombie book, and this is from the perspective of a zombie named R, and he meets a girl named Julie, and I think he starts to fall in love with her, and then he slowly becomes human. I'm literally going off the movie here, but I really want to read it. I've wanted to read it for ages, plus the cover is stunning. The next book I have here is The Return by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the first book in a spin-off trilogy to the Covenant series by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which I'm obsessed with. It's right, wait, where's my finger? It's right there, that like purple, blue, red, orange, green thing. It's right there. It is a fantastic, fantastic series. It is my favourite series ever, one of them. It's in like the top 3, and this is the spin-off trilogy. This book follows Seth, who was a main character in the original series, but his ending in the original series was not a good ending. It was very sad. Sorry, Seth. But this, I'm so excited. Like, Seth, and apparently Alex and Aiden make an appearance in the second book, and I'm like... The next book I have here is The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh. And this is the second and concluding book in the Wrath and the Dawn duology by Renee Ahdieh. I do know that the duology is a retelling of 1001 Arabian Nights, which is actually a book that I have somewhere in my house. I think my mum has it, and I have never read it, but I do know of the story, and basically it follows a king who takes a different bride every single night and then has her killed in the morning, and apparently this whole duology is absolutely stunning in terms of writing and world building and characters, and I cannot wait, I'm coughing, and I cannot wait to read this. I'm so excited. The next book I have here was a gift from my friend Cassie, so thank you so much, Cassie. And what she got me was The Conspiracy of Us by Maggie Hall, and I know that this book follows a girl named Avery. Finds out that her family is like one of the most influential, like richest families ever, and she like ends up, I think, having to do stuff for them and like going to different countries. Okay, it says on the front, let's read this. An ancient puzzle, a trail of clues, an unwanted destiny. Yeah. All I know is that the cover model looks exactly like a girl from my school who's in the year level below me. And actually, because Cassie's such a bae, if I open the dust jacket, she wrote me a letter, and it is fantastic. Thank you so much. And she might actually end up seeing this video because I think I gave her the link to this YouTube account. So, Anya Cassie, Anya. But the next item was a present from my friend Jenny, so thank you so much, Jenny. She does not have the link to this YouTube account, so I'll probably just show her little like mention here. So love you, Jenny. She got me Saga Volume 4 by Fiona Staples and Brian K. Vaughan. I have the first 3 volumes over there, and I was going to buy this myself, but then I was like, it's too expensive, I'll buy it when I have more money. But then she gave me my present in the middle of class, and she's like, by the way, here's your birthday present. It's like a week after my birthday, right? And she gives it to me, and she got me a beautiful card, which is up there on my mantelpiece. I love it so much. And she hands me this like wrap. Someone just sent me a message, and she hands me this like wrapped present, and I'm like, it's so thin. I'm like, oh god, what did she get me? And it was Saga Volume 4, and I flipped my shit. I was on the ground like crying for like 10 years. I loved it so much, so thank you so much, Jenny. The next book was a present from my friend Jinglan, and she got me Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. This is the first book in the is it His Dark? No, it isn't the His Dark Powers. I don't know, but this was made into a movie The Golden Compass, and the original name of this book was, I think, The Golden Compass. And I don't know much about this book, but all I do know is that it follows a young girl, and I think you have like a bond with like an animal or something, and they're your best friend and whatever. But I know that this was like everyone read this when I was a kid, or like saw the movie or something. So I really want to read it so that I can actually like follow that train of like childhood memories. The next book I have here is The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is a standalone contemporary book that was released on the 17th of May, and I got this. I treated myself to this one, and all I know is that this follows a girl named Mouse, and she is mute. She, for her whole life, was not for her whole life, but for a portion of her life, was homeschooled by loving adoptive parents, and I'm not sure why she decides it, but she does decide to go to high school, like a public high school for, like, I think it's senior year or something, and there she meets a childhood friend, and okay, and I think they start to love each other again, and it's cute. I ship it already, and I haven't even read the book. Okay, second last book I have here is The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. Apparently this is a very, very good fantasy trilogy. This is the first book in a fantasy trilogy. It is about a girl named Alyssa who is a princess, and I think she becomes the secret wife of a king. Yeah. The last book I have here is The Martian by Andy Weir in hardcover. This was a gift from my godfather. Thanks, Rod, if you're watching, which hopefully you aren't, because I never gave you this, and I don't want you to blackmail me with this YouTube account for the rest of my life. But I know that this has been made into a movie. It is very well known, and it follows an astronaut who gets stuck on Mars, and yeah, Mark Watney gets stuck on Mars. He's like, there's a storm or whatever, and his crew leaves without him, and he's left to somehow get home by himself from Mars, and I cannot wait to read this. I've heard such good things, and I really want to watch the movie. So 5:30 at night, and the sun has like gone down completely. It's like dark outside. That's why this whole video is dark, I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a great night, day, morning, wherever you are in the world. Live your life, have fun. I will hopefully have another video for you soon. So, bye!